What's up, everybody? This is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Wednesday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel as we are into week 2 of the regular season of our London Bulldogs franchise, and this is the first game in London Bulldogs history to be hosted in London during the regular season as we play against the Atlanta Falcons. As you guys saw from the first episode, the Washington football team left America's national capital, our nation's capital, and they moved across the Atlantic to overseas to the host of the 1908, 1948, and 2012 Summer Olympic Games in Britain's capital of London. Without further explanation, we'll see you at kickoff time. So our objective is to win 2 games in a row and have 3 passing touchdowns in this game.
We'll see Roethlisberger and the London Bulldogs versus Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons.
Alright, now it is kickoff time here in Wembley Stadium here in London, as the Bulldogs, the home team, will be ready to kick this off, and the Atlanta Falcons will be ready to return. Jordan Berry, who is from Australia, kicks this off, and the Falcons will be ready to return, and they lose the ball, and the London Bulldogs, in fact, have the possession of the football, so we are actually on offense first, which is really nice. And now we're going to use the I form here, and we're going to do a quick slants pass. They're going to do a booth review. We're going to skip to that. And it's overturned for some reason. And the Atlanta Falcons have possession of the football. So now, 1st and 10, Todd Gurley, the former Los Angeles Rams running back, will get stopped at the 30 for only a gain of 1 yard. So last week he had 12 rushes, 126 yards, and 1 touchdown on that game. So this is now going to be a 2nd and 9 from the 30-yard line here in London. So Matt Ryan throws the ball incomplete, and this will lead into 3rd and 9 now for the Atlanta Falcons, as we're going to do a blitz play. We're going to use the nickel formation here for the defense. So now Matt Ryan, he's going to think about throwing it, and it's picked off. And Devin McCourty, he's going to take it all the way for a pick 6. And that, my friends, is a touchdown. The first touchdown in London Bulldogs franchise history in the regular season. And now London is taking this 7-0 lead. What a great way to start the game, by the way. We're going to take a break. Alright, during the break, Joe Haden got an INT, so that means Atlanta got another turnover here for their defense, and now we're going to do a running play. I'm going to hand the ball off to Frank Gore and the London Bulldogs. So Frank Gore gets a gain of 7 yards, so this will lead into a 2nd and 3 now here for London, as we're going to do a Suggo seam pass play. With only 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in this first quarter, Roethlisberger, he's going to be ready to throw. Incomplete pass there, because we got pressured, and David Njoku looks like he's down and hurt. So now this will be a 3rd and 3 now here for the Bulldogs, as we're trying to aim for a 2nd touchdown in this game. First offensive, by the way. And he's going to throw it deep, and Odell Beckham Jr. is going to get the touchdown. And the Bulldogs will lead this 14-0 here in London. 54-yard touchdown here. We'll see you guys when we're on defense. Okay, now this is 4th and 31 here for the Atlanta Falcons, and this is the beginning of the second quarter. So, this being said, Nelson Agholor, the former Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver, will return it down at the 45. So, this is going to be a 12-yard return for Agholor, as this will be a first down and 10 here for the Bulldogs. And now I'm going to think of doing a Suggo seam pass, and I'm thinking possibly Rob Gronkowski will be my receiver. By the way, David Njoku is down and hurt. He has a broken wrist injury of some sort, so he will not return for a couple of weeks. And Rob Gronkowski there is in the red zone, so they're 1st and 10. If they make it to the end zone, they will score their third passing touchdown of the game. Well, second passing touchdown, because the first touchdown of the game technically was a pick six, and Roethlisberger throws an incomplete pass there, so we're going to think about doing an I form here. We're going to do a quick slants route here for our offense, and we're at the 10-yard line. So now Roethlisberger, he's going to throw this to Larry Fitzgerald, gets it in, touchdown, Bulldogs. It's now going to be 31-10. First receiving touchdown of the game for Larry Fitzgerald. And we have one more passing touchdown to go until we make our game day goal. All right, now this is 2nd and 18 from the 26-yard line. Now, Matt Ryan, he's going to throw the ball, and that will be a first. That will not be a first down. And this will lead into 3rd and 6 with only 2:15 to go in the first half. So the Falcons here are trying to get their first touchdown of the game. They passes it to Hayden Hurst, and he's going to run it all the way. No one's even going to stop him. And he gets it in for the first touchdown of the game. And now 82-yard touchdown by Hurst, and it's now a 21-7 lead here in London. All right, now it is time for kickoff, and the Atlanta Falcons will kick it off, and Jalen Ramsey of the London Bulldogs will be ready to return here for the special teams unit, and he's going to get stopped down around the 32-yard line. So this will be 1st and 10 from the 32, and we got Frank Gore as our primary here for our offense of running back. So I'm going to hand the ball off to Frank Gore, and he's going to get a first down around the 44-yard line. So this will be a 1st and 10. And now we're at the 44-yard line, another first down and 10. This offense has been rolling. And now I'm going to pass the ball to Alejandro Villanueva. Incomplete pass, though. But oh well. Steelers connections. They played in Pittsburgh together. So now, 2nd and 10. I'm going to hand the ball off to Frank Gore. Will he get a first down? And he's going to get stopped at the 25. So 3 rushes and 50 yards here for Frank Gore. So now we're going to do a passing play here. And I'm thinking my receiver will be Villanueva. If it is completed, hopefully, I'm going to throw the ball to Alejandro Villanueva. And yes, that will be a touchdown here for the London Bulldogs. First career touchdown reception for Villanueva, as we're going to try a 2-point conversion here. And we'll see you guys when we're on defense. Alright, so CJ Mosley got an interception there. So now we are on offense. So this will be a 1st and 10. And I'm going to put... Oh, wait. Njoku is injured. And I'm going to put Mark Ingram, the Alabama product. And, oh no, we got to move the chains here. We don't want to get a penalty for delay of game. And Ingram the second gets 2 yards on that carry. So this is now going to be a 2nd and 8 here for the Bulldogs. And by the way, we did not make the 2-point conversion. That's why it's now 7-27. So now Ingram, he's going to run it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 10-yard line. So we got 16 seconds to go before this football game goes into the second half. So I may as well make one final touchdown before this first half is over. I passed it to Odell Beckham Jr. That is a touchdown. And second receiving touchdown of the game, and it's now going to be 34-7 here in London. All right, now this is the beginning of the second half here in London as the Atlanta Falcons kick this one off, and Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback for this Bulldogs team, breaks tackles, and he's going to return this all the way. No one's even going to stop him. He's going to run it. He's going to begin the second half on a positive note. Slides on into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown Bulldogs. 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And this will now be a 41-7 lead. So this was an incredible play to begin the second half here. And really, we're going to win this game no matter what because we're leading it by so many points. So we're going to take a break. So it is 4th and 20 now, and Jalen Ramsey will be ready to return the punt here for the London Bulldogs. And now he's going to be ready to return this, and he's going to break one tackle, and he gets stopped at the middle of the field down around the 50-yard line. 60 yards per return there, so this will lead into a 1st and 10. As now Roethlisberger, he's going to do another slants route, and this time he might even consider having Odell Beckham Jr. as his wide receiver, as his main receiver in this play. So I'm going to pass it to him, and that was incomplete. So it's 5 for 9, 134 yards there. So now this will lead into a 2nd and 10 here for London. And now Roethlisberger here is ready to throw. And he's going to throw it deep. Did he catch it? No, he did not. So now this will lead into a 3rd and 10. And if that doesn't work, we're going to have to punt on 4th and 10. Or maybe convert. Or possibly fake the punt. So I'm going to throw it to Fitzgerald. We do get it in the red zone with 182 yards. So now, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. I'm just going to use Roethlisberger and run it in. And now we're at the 2-yard line. And he gets it in. Touchdown Bulldogs. And this is now going to be a 47. It will be 48 because 49 if we do a 2-point conversion. So we're going to do goal line. And we're just going to use Frank Gore, because our first one was no good. And now Gore, he's going to run this in. It's 49-7. 49 divided by 7 equals 7. All right, now this is going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 32 here in London. As now Matt Ryan passes the ball to Hayden Hurst, and it's incomplete. So this is now going to be a 3rd and 10 from the 32-yard line here for the Falcons. And there is a pick, and Joe Haden gets an INT. Will he return it all the way to the end zone? And the answer will be a yes, sirree. And he has the 2nd interception of the season, 43-yard return, and the first pick 6 of the season for Joe Haden. Also, he did a lot of interceptions and returned them for touchdowns, along with punts and kickoffs in our Toronto Huskies franchises. And speaking of that, I'll have the link to the video if you guys want to check that out, one of the episodes. So we're going to take another break. So Cameron Wake makes his sack there, his first sack of the game for the former Miami Dolphins defensive lineman. He sacks Matt Ryan, and if you guys didn't know, he also played for the Tennessee Titans, and he got his 100th sack on September 8th of 2019, and I believe it was also a 2-point safety, if I'm not mistaken, that counted for his 100th sack. So this is now going to be a 1st and 10 here for the London Bulldogs, as we got Ben Roethlisberger ready to throw. Roethlisberger, he's in the snap, he's in the pocket, I'm going to throw it to him. And he's going to get stopped at the 25. 7 for 12, 204 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So I'm going to put him in. Since he did a good job, I'm going to sub him in for a different QB. All right, now this is 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. We did our hike, and I'm going to pass it off to Odell Beckham Jr., and he does a juke move there, gets it into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. 5th receiving touchdown of the season here, and he scored most of them, I believe, in today's episode. So we're going to use a shotgun formation. You know what? I'm just going to do goal line, and we're going to use the power O, and we're just going to run it in down at the 2-yard line. Now Breezy's going to hand the ball off to Frank Gore, and it's now going to be 64-7 here in London. We'll see you guys when we're on defense. All right, now this is 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line here in London. As now Matt Ryan's going to pass the ball to Todd Gurley. He drops the pass, though, 5 for 16. And he already has 5 interceptions in this game. 2 of them returned for touchdowns. So we're at the 22-yard line now, and that will be an incomplete pass. So this will lead into 3rd down and 10 here for the Falcons with only 2:09 to go in the 4th quarter. So he's going to throw the ball, and that's going to be an out of bounds, but incomplete, by the way. So that was worth it. So we only got 2:06 left. 4th and 10. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna return the punts no matter what. So we have to return it. And there comes the 2-minute warning here in London, as it's now 64-7. And now we're gonna use the I form here. We're gonna use some quick slant routes here for the Bulldogs. And I'm not going to really do passes much with Breeze. I'm just going to run it in. And we only gained about 3 yards on that carry, so this will lead into a 2nd and 7. All right, now this is 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line with only 44 seconds to go. And we get stopped at the 25 for only a gain of 8 yards, so this will lead into a 3rd and 2. We only have 28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. So now I'm just going to run it in. Hopefully we get a 1st down, and we do. And the clock is running out, so we are going to take the win here in England in our first overseas game. And we're not going to make the snap, so that does it. The Bulldogs win this by the final score of 64-7 here in London, England. Home of the Big Ben Tower and the London Eye Ferris wheel. And all I want to say is thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for more content in the near future, and we'll see you guys at statistics. All right, now Ben Roethlisberger had a passer rating of 142.4, 7 out of 12 there, 204 yards and 4 touchdowns of the day. Matt Ryan had 27.5 passer rating, 5 out of 18. 93 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions. So Drew Brees, 158.3 passer rating, 2 for 2 with 1 touchdown on the day. Drew Brees, 6 carries, 21 yards, no touchdowns. Ben Roethlisberger had the only rushing touchdown with only 2 yards there. So Odell Beckham Jr. has 4 receptions, 111 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the day. Larry Fitzgerald, 3 receptions, 76 yards, and 1 touchdown on the day. And Hayden Hurst had 2 receptions, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Alejandro Villanueva only had 25 yards in his only reception that resulted in a touchdown. So let's see the sacks. J.J. Watt had 2 sacks. Matthew Ioannidis had 1.5. Tyler Davidson and Cameron Wake both had 1 sack each. And Joe Haden had 2 interceptions. Devin McCourty had 2 INTs. And C.J. Mosley had 1. Both McCourty and Haden both scored a touchdown on that. And let's see the kickoff return here. So 2 kickoff returns, 138 yards, and 1 touchdown. Longest of 100 for Jalen Ramsey. So that wraps it up, everybody, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Have a great Wednesday afternoon, everybody.